Good day, people. How are you guys? So I literally had did a whole video and it did not load. I'm still learning all this stuff. But so I woke up this morning. I went for a walk around my community. Then I went, came in, had some tea, which I did like a little clip earlier, and had some tea. And I got my book so that I could write. And as I'm writing, I start at the top of the page and I write Grand Rising and Happy Awakenings. And so what's funny to me is I had a friend who used to always say, I don't trust people who say Grand Rising. I don't trust people who say that, right? And so with her saying that, see, I understood the meaning of it. I don't think I fully understood it at that time. But I knew that it was better than saying good morning. And so with her saying that, I started finding other ways to think of saying, trying to say good morning to someone. So I started saying happy awakenings, or that's what I would write or type or whatever. And so in the midst of me doing that, I was like, let me look these words up, because it's time for us to come up out of these word spells that we've been up under. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I've met a few angels here on earth, but one in particular, this man, he was a traveling evangelist, and this was like maybe 10, let me see, I've had my business for 13 years, so this was at least 15 years ago or more. I was working at a supermarket, and I was working at a pharmacy at a supermarket, and this older man, he would come in. His name was Mr. Louis Soto, and I'll never forget this man. And long story short, he ended up teaching me. This is one man. He had a church at his house, and I remember me going there, and I met his wife. And the moment I walked in the door, I knew these people were special. His wife, it was something very special about her. She didn't speak a whole lot of English, but beautiful soul, right? So then he had a sanctuary in his home, and that's where he had church at, where people would go on Sundays. So once he introduced me to her, and she had this beautiful painting, which was from the place where they were from. I believe it was in St. Thomas, one of the islands, right? But anyway, he takes me into the room, into the sanctuary, and the moment I walked in the door, I literally almost fell. That's the power that was in the room. And there's not a church that I've ever walked into and have felt that power. And I'm going to go deep one day into that. I'm going to have to come back to that story, because that's going to take up more time. But basically what Mr. Louis Soto taught me was, he told me, he took me to Isaiah, I believe it's Isaiah 58. But I'm going to go back and double check that. But we were doing a Bible study, and he was teaching me. He said, listen, he said, your mind is the womb. And he said, words have gender. He said, so anytime that you're studying, you need to have a dictionary with you, but you need to also have a dictionary of another language. So have an English dictionary, but also have another dictionary like Spanish, Latin, German, any other language. And he said the reason for that is because the English language is the only language that's man-made, and it doesn't have gender. It doesn't have a tongue to it. Every language has a tongue, the way that they speak. So that's another thing that people get misinterpret when it talks about speaking in tongues. It's not halala, shala. It's not that. It's different languages. Ding, ding, ding. I hope that light went off for somebody. So, speaking those languages, and so being able to understand that the mind is the womb, and he was telling me, so every thought you know, whatever you think. Because I remember God telling me at that time, I used to just walk around all the time. And so basically, it was like, I would just walk and drink water, and that was the God challenge. So I'm also drop that in here too. So anybody who wants to lose weight, I tell you to take the God challenge. The God challenge is eat, eat what you want, but you can only drink water. That's it. Only water. And you have to walk for at least 30 minutes a day. And if you can't do 30 minutes all right out, you can literally break it up. Whether it's 15, 15, 10, 10, 10, 5 here, 10 here. However you do it, just you have to minimally walk for 30 minutes a day. And that's literally what Yeshua did. Jesus did. He walked everywhere he went. Right? So, okay, so getting back to this. So Mr. Louis Soto teaching me about the mind being the womb and, you know, these words having gender, all this kind of stuff. So think about it. If this is a womb, you're impregnating yourself with these words. These words have gender. Male and female come together. They're going to birth something. So what are you birthing? So that takes me back here. So I started to look up the words. I looked up rising. Rising means ascending, sloping upward, or advancing. I love that. Developing or emerging. Increasing in power or influence. Come on. Yes, I want to rise. Yes. And then I looked up grand. So what's grand? Large and impressive in size or extent. Sweeping in ambition or conception. Very pleasing. Wonderful. Splendid. So you put these two words together, grand being large and impressive in size, sweeping in ambition, and then ascending being, you know, rising being ascending upward, you know, advancing. So I am basically grand rising. I am wonderful. I'm splendid. I am large and impressive. And I am going to do all this while I am ascending upward. I'm increasing in power and influence. Yes, I want a grand rise. Yeah. Yeah. Then you have happy. Oh, the butterfly. Oh my gosh, see, the signs are everywhere. Beautiful butterfly. So then we have grand happy. So happy is enjoying, showing, or marked by pleasure, satisfaction, or joy. Enjoying, showing, or marked by pleasure, satisfaction, or joy. A synonym for happy is glad, cheerful, willing, and it's characterized by good luck. I want my character to be good luck. I want good luck to follow me everywhere I go. And another synonym is fortunate. Maxwell. Fortunate to have you, girl. Yes, fortunate. And then you have awakening, happy awakenings. So awakening means rousing from sleep in a natural or figurative sense. Rousing into activity, exciting. So after reading, I was like, well, what is rousing? You keep throwing that word in there. So I looked it up. Rousing. Inducing enthusiasm or excitement. Stirring. Now listen, when I hear that word stirring, it always takes me back to the Bible. I always think about when the pool was being stirred. Remember the guy, come on, y'all gotta go back and read that. Y'all gotta read the Bible. And I tell you, the Bible is full of stories. Yes. You wanna know how to get out of something? There's always there's something in the Bible for it. And I understand why they say Bible is an acronym for basic instructions before leaving earth. Look into it. So think about it. If I have happy awakenings, let's go back here. I am enjoying, I am glad, I'm good luck, I'm fortunate, I have satisfaction and joy, and I am doing all this while I am rousing from a sleep. And I am doing, rousing means I'm excited. I am waking up from sleep excited. I'm stirring, I'm lively, I'm vigorous. Like, who wouldn't want that? So yeah, no more good morning. We got to get out of these word spells that we've been under. It's time for all of that to end. No more word spells. It's time for us to look into this and break these old patterns. walk into the newness of God. So enjoy the day, be loved, and love someone.